Alright, what is going on everyone? We are back again for an exciting event this time. We got Soul Awakening session, and this time it's possible for only 200 points to get your own free guaranteed B copy. That's a B copy at least. So we're doing that. We're aiming for at least 200 points today, and the plan is to do a bunch of different heroes, and maybe we'll focus on someone, we'll see, but I do have some copies ready that I prepared now, so we're gonna do that. And also I have one of these C- awakenings here, which I'm also gonna do today, because a C- copy for me is not really gonna be on the main team or something like that, so it's probably gonna end up being used for just some extra contract story gems, but of course there is a chance to high roll on it, so we'll be using that today for some extra guaranteed points. And other than that, I think it will not be any of the other stones, but we will do both some Soulbound and normal awakenings. So let's just go ahead and start this up. Let's see if I do have a free one. I mean, I always do have at least one free awakening ready, so let's use it on wall deck actually. I'm gonna get rid of this copy here, but we're doing a free awakening. Starting off the awakening session here with a D copy, D- for the first one, and a little bit later in the week I'm sure I'll reach a second free one as well. Yeah, we're pretty close right now. So that was it for that, and then we're gonna have to go to some Soulbound, or actually we're sticking with the normal for now. Let's start with that. Let's end with the Soulbound instead, and we're moving in to some copies here that I'm not gonna use myself if I high roll, but I will probably just end up selling it if we get lucky here. But we're doing a couple of Vesa awakenings, so let's go ahead with that. And honestly, pretty nice last couple of weeks in Idle Heroes now. I haven't really participated in really anything in a long time, several months, but now I got 3 weeks of events back to back. We had anniversary followed by conductor's offers, where I went in with 100 monster ticket, the first ever monster ticket for me actually. And we went for 100 there for some pretty great rewards, and didn't seem to be a popular video whatsoever. Maybe people don't have interest in monster ticket, I'm not sure, but I thought it turned out pretty great. So guys, if you want, go show that video some love. It's the last upload before this one. Pretty fun stuff there with the treasure train. Anyways, we are going ahead with the Vesa copies here, and we are now at the last one. So let's check this out. What is hiding in this one? Looks like another D- again. Alright. We are continuing to switching it up. We are moving over to Shadow Faction, and I'll be doing some Betty awakenings for now. Did have a couple extra copies of her in the bag, so just went ahead and summoned those. So this is someone that if I get a high roll here, I can also just replace mine and we get to use this one. C- though, best one so far today. Another E, and then we have 2 more. Alright. Pretty slow start so far. We are about, what, 10 awakenings in? And it's really just been like E, maybe D-. We had 1 C-, that's it. And this is a pretty decent awakening as well. A strong tenant for a lot of heroes, so could also be useful. Let's see, it's another E-. Wow, just the absolute lowest tier of awakening right there. And that was the only copy of him, so we'll be moving on again. And here we find Patricia. I'm gonna go ahead with 1 awakening for her. Another E. Wow. Low rolling today. And we are moving on yet again. I think I'll go ahead and use the stone as well, so we don't overroll with that. However, we can start by doing a few queen copies. And this is also a hero I'm using for my team, so let's see if we get lucky. We'll do these 2 queens and then I'll use my stone after that. It's just another blue. We got ourselves an E, and for the last queen right here, let's see what we can get. Here we go, and wow. Yeah, we're not really getting away from the E's, it seems. It's hard stack on the E copies. Alright, so for this one we have to move into Soulbound Awakening. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna do 1, let's see if we can find her, 1 Olivia copy, and we'll use our C-. So yeah, 80% C-, and then we have some slight chances here for a high roll. Let's lock that in and let's check this one out. Starting off by a C. Yeah, ooh, okay. Some B stats there, a C+. Not too bad. A little bit of a high roll on that one. Let's see how we're doing so far. We are only at 86 points, not even halfway there, even with the stone. I think about 15 awakenings or so in. And for the next step here, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna summon some more heroes for that and try to get some use out of these boxes. In the past I've used them a lot for Aspen, but today I think we're just gonna stick with a couple of queen awakenings. So there we go, and with that we are ready to awaken some more queen copies, and we'll go with some Soulbound Awakening for the next 15 here. I think we'll be sticking to queen for now. I'll see if we go ahead and summon, maybe we'll end on some more fun heroes. Let's see how this goes first. And yeah, a lot of E and D- today. Alright, another one here. Looks we got another E on that one. I kind of wish there was a way to just get the queens first so that you don't have to do that. Maybe if I get them to level 2, then I can get them at the beginning. Let me actually try that out. Let's see. Ooh, a little bit of a C stat there. Okay. Alright, that's actually seemed to work. That actually is pretty sweet, because that makes it easier in the long run, especially if you have a lot of copies of one hero you want to do. It was only took a few seconds to get them to level 2. And here we go, best roll of today if you don't count the stone, I guess. Solid C copy right there. Let's keep that up, let's keep that up. There we go, another, okay. Ended up on a D copy for that. Yeah, I mean, not too bad now. I feel like the second half of the rolls have been better. Here we go again. It's a solid D copy here. Let's move on. We do have still some copies of queen, so we're keeping it up here. Alright, maybe high roll. It's just classic E copy. Another E plus though. We'll take those. Why not? Anything other than E minus, really. Third one in a row with only blues. It has to change soon. It can't keep up like this. There is no way. There we go. One of them being a D minus there. Almost 4 in a row. And for the last queen copy here, solid, and we are now up to 172, so we still got some awakenings. Let's see what we can do. You know what, guys? I just made a major change to today's plan. We are actually gonna go ahead with something a little bit more crazy here to finish off this awakening session. I said earlier we're not gonna do any other stones than the C one, but I changed my mind. We will be going ahead with 2 B stones today, and there's a lot coming up for the account here very soon. I'll be making Melissa and DGN. We'll see who goes first, but eventually I'll be making both, I'm pretty sure. So we're actually gonna go with a B stone for this, which most likely is a B, but we also have chance, of course, to high roll this. So we'll be doing both Melissa and DGN. Let's check this out. Here we go for a B awakening. All right, let's see. Could it be something a bit more higher? It's a solid B Melissa, and we're moving to the light faction, and we're doing yet another B awakening right here. All right, let's check this out. What is hiding in the stars? Let's see it. Looks like another B on that. All right. Not too shabby. 2 solid B copies right there. And with that, it takes us to 198 today. So we're really only left with 1 more awakening. Looking to see if we can end on something a little bit more fun than just another queen or something. So we're doing another Betty copy for this one. Alright, let's see. Final awakening of the day ends up being what we landed on the most. 1 D minus that and 2 E. Alright. You know what? Not too bad. Some stones were being used today, but with that we also now have a guaranteed B stone coming our way in a couple of days. So we got to see what's hiding behind that. Still left with some stones here, still deciding on the B plus stone, which I guess we'll go ahead and use maybe next awakening session. But anyways, guys, that's it for today, for this event for this week. Actually, I'll just let you know maybe about the next week. I might actually be doing another awakening session this week on another account, so stay tuned for that. Also, more videos about this team and this account is coming in the near future as well, so stay tuned for that. And let me know, how did your awakening session go? Any luck this week? Or mostly blues? Alright, guys, anyways, that's it for today. So until next time, have a good one. Peace.